everybody, it's your boy J Max. Man, that felt so fucking good to say. As I said, if y'all haven't seen my Instagram feeds, the gold digger is back on the road. She's on the road, but she is on and off the road. She's on the road. Anyways, so I picked up the car from the guy, had all the issues resolved as far as my security system and my throttle. Bit of bad news with the ECU. It turns out that the ECU may be fried, so the car is pretty much back to stock. For all those who's been following me for a long time, y'all know that the ECU or whatever, the car is tuned right now with the up rev. So right now, as it stands, the car has no tune, no license, no 7,000 RPM shifting, no 262 wheel horsepower. It's pretty much back to stock because I had to remove all the mods to get the car back to its original form so that the electrician guy could get it solved. Long story, we ain't gotta get into that right now. So took the car out. As soon as I picked it up, me and my boys drove to the west, drove around with them. The car felt fine, and yeah, she's back on the road. She feels good. But yesterday now, I tried to go take a stroll to the mom's house, and unfortunately the check engine light started flashing, which I had the problem from before. This is the valve covers. They're leaking on the spark plugs, so it's creating a major misfire. It's idling really rough, so now I have to go to the parts guy and try to get some spark plugs for it to get into it. So as y'all may remembered, I had these custom painted, so these will be going on to solve that issue. Brand new seals, everything, so that will take care of the problem with the misfiring. So I know a lot of y'all been waiting on me to return with the gold digger. I appreciate all the the support. I appreciate everything. So I'm gonna just give y'all a little sneak peek at her and show y'all what's been going on and how she looks right now. She is in here, ready and willing. She has waited her time. So all I have to do now is get in there and start ripping her apart. So intake comes off, whole upper intake manifold with the elbow comes off. Both valve covers are gonna come off. Injectors are spark plugs are gonna be changed and put her back together. So okay, where do I start? So yes, as I was saying, the car has quite a bit of issues still to be resolved before the car could be driven on the road, but the major issues has been resolved, which is the throttle issue that I've been battling from ever since. Turns out that it could have been the ECU, could have been wiring, could have been a combination of both. So as it stands right now, the car has no security problems where I could start the car more than 5 times. That's been taken care of thanks to my boy at TLM Nick. Drove the car within the day. He had the car fixed and up and running, so now it's just a matter of doing the tune-up part of it. The car had the issues way before it went down last year, but I couldn't resolve it because obviously the car was always down and it was cold. I had to get new valve covers, which I bought. The last video y'all remember seeing me painting them. I had the valve covers painted to color match the purple, to accent the engine bay a little bit better. So I didn't really think it would have happened so quickly because I remembered when I got the car retuned, I changed the valve covers, but they were used, so they probably was in bad condition. The seals were bad for the rings, so my spark plugs is usually, or currently right now, is probably drenched from oil because it's leaking on it. So I'm headed to my my supplier. Luckily he opens on a Sunday. Not luckily, it's not an emergency, but fortunately for me he opens on a Sunday where I could just go pick up the spark plugs and start the project today. The car last night started idling really rough because obviously it's misfiring really bad. So the engine light started flashing. So
I have to get that addressed before I can even consider taking the car back on the road. I really don't want the issues anymore. This car has been down for way too fucking long. But unfortunately, the car is pretty much not bone stock, but it was what it was before I started doing the tuning. So my tuning that I've recently done has been scrapped, because I'm working with a new guy to start redoing the whole car over again. He's pretty much teaching me how to do the tuning part of it. Pretty cool dude. I've been working with him for a while. Everything's going to be done remotely now. So as far as giving somebody my car to tune, that's not going to happen anymore. I want to see if I can get into the tuning part of it. It's not very hard, you know, as long as you have somebody to mentor you and teach you what it is. But for now, all I'll be doing is creating the logs, sending it to my tuner, have him create a tune, send it back to me, flash it in the car. It will be pretty much a simple process. As far as the up rev now, I'm not even going to worry about doing any more tunes for the up rev, because I just want to be able to drive the fucking car and enjoy it, fix all the little issues as far as the rusting, I want to paint the entire car. Remember I told y'all back in the day, I will paint the car. I have no doubt in my mind I will get to the car. It's just a matter of finding somewhere to do the prep work, because obviously it's not something you could just do in a day or two. Prep work takes a very long fucking time. So I want to be able to find somewhere where I could pretty much do the prep work on the car. Anyways, so I'm off to the part supplier to get the spark plugs to go back home and start taking apart the motor, because I need to get in there and change those spark plugs and yeah, go from there. So everybody who's been telling me, you know what, man, you should cut your losses, let me tell y'all something. The car had issues. Everyone know the car had issues. I've just been sending the car to the wrong people. You have to find somebody who you could trust, first of all, because especially when it comes to electrical, you can be ripped off really bad, because I don't know anything about electrical. Everything else, as I was saying, the car had a lot of issues. It's just when it comes to electrical is one of the hardest things to diagnose and fix. No mechanic, no electrician who does this for a living will give you a cost to fix the repairs when it comes to electrical, because they don't know. They cannot say it could take an hour, it could take 10 hours. They have to pay you, they have to charge you according to how much time they spend on the car. So the tab that I had, you know, it was pretty good. I was okay with it, because I know the guy, you know, I trust him, I trust his prices, his quotes. So I made no, you know, hesitation to pay him the money. I was happy. So it's just a matter of moving forward from this point on. So, you know, I appreciate everybody who stuck by me, who continued to show support, who, you know, inquired, when is the Gold Digger come out, what's the process, even the ones who give, you know, who wanted to help. I'm gonna try to keep this thing going. You know, this car is there's somebody's car that brings people together, and I think, you know, with this experience and situation and trials and errors and everything, that, you know, I could teach a lot of people, or a lot of people can learn things that, you know, you wouldn't read in a book, or somebody wouldn't tell you, because I've been through it all with this car, and she's still here with me. And I just want to be able to keep this running. It's not even a matter of what platform the car is, how fast the car is now. It's just the car brings a lot of things. It makes a lot of things happen for me. As y'all can tell, when the car is down, the channel is pretty, you know, it's pretty slow. But as soon as the car pops up, like, you know, like, I'm still getting subscribers. People are still, you know, following me. People, you know, it's just, I can't give that part up on it, and just the connection I have with the car, because I had the car since 2007. So the chances of me getting rid of that car, it's very slim. I had all opportunities, all signs pointed to just getting rid of the car, but I stuck to it. And hopefully the car can come back out and I'm not even worried about the performance, because I know I have a better tuner now. I have a lot more parts installed. as opposed to before. And I think just the fact that I'm going to have somebody who's working with me as far as the tuning, who knows these cars really, really well, I know for a fact the car is going to come out stronger and it's going to be faster and better than before. How long it's going to take, I have no clue, because again, there's a lot of things to do. Performance, there's all the modification has to be reinstalled, because I had to pretty much return the car back to stock version. And I want to see if I can get this car back on the road, not to race, just so that I can enjoy it again and get my money's worth, because I've spent a shitload of money. I could have been boosted by now, but because, you know, I've been sending the car to mechanic after mechanic after mechanic, finding somebody who you can trust is just one of the hardest things. So, you know, I want to shout out from my boy at TLM Nick. If y'all ever have, like, you know, issues when it comes to, like, you know, VQs and you're in the Toronto area, GTA, whatever the case, like, you know, take the chance, go see the guy. The guy's pretty helpful, he's pretty friendly, and he gives you advice as far as what's good, what's not, and he's a pretty honest dude. So y'all check him out, his page at TLM Nick. He does a lot of anything to do with cars, he pretty much does it, so y'all check him out. But yeah, so I'm about ready, pulling up to my supplier guy. You just, you know, 5-10 minutes away from my house. Get the spark plugs, go back home. I'm gonna make some more videos, so y'all stay tuned. I appreciate all the feedback. Continue subscribing, pass on the news. The Gold Digger is back. See y'all in the next video. Peace.